How's everybody today?
Good, David. How are you?
Good. Let me turn up my volume so I can hear everybody a little bit. It looks like we need to wait for a few more board members. Janice cannot make it, so I'm hoping Rick can. Janice had to go do babysitting duties for her sister or daughter-in-law had to go get into the hospital or something like that. So she's on her way over to Fayetteville. So. Are you doing okay, Mr. Kurt?
Yeah, managing all right. Just rushed out of the office, decided better to Zoom from home than at the office desk. So
I got you. And Mr. Mark, I see that you're rocking and rolling as well.
Doing well. Yes, sir. Just trying to stay cool.
Yep. And the family?
Everybody's doing good. Just, consuming a lot of food. It seems like in this pandemic, we're home.
Yeah. See, you don't know that they're.
All we want to do is eat,
Yeah, they consume the same amount. You just are never home necessarily to see that, right?
I do Walmart pickup once a week, whether I want to or not.
Right. Yeah, my mom used to complain. My brother and I think, went through a gallon of milk like every 2 days or something like that there for a while. So.
Yeah, they're growing, so they're eating more, So.
Yeah, that's good. I know it's a tough decision for the families with young kids. What are you going to do about school? And
yeah, we do we homeschool, so it's not much of an issue in that regard.
okay.
But my wife's job, she's an attorney, and it requires some travel, and so we're about to take a trip up to South Dakota, and so that's still kind of there's a fine line there what you feel comfortable with, and so we usually bring the whole crew and just go as a team,
Okay.
And so anyways, but there's still we're doing social distancing, but we still want to see family, and so there's just a fine balance and all that. It's hard to know what to do sometimes.
Right. Yeah. My wife and I went on a small trip, but it's just her and I. We stayed at an Airbnb, and they said that they cleaned it really well, and we didn't eat out anywhere. We just went to Walmart and got some groceries and then ate there every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the problem. It's not once you're there, even, it's all the places that you have to stop at to get to South Dakota, right? And
Right. Well, we went to Florida a few weeks ago, and we just packed a large cooler, and we would stop at a rest station and just sit at a picnic table and eat. And on the bright side, the hotel we were staying in, we were reading about their policy, and they let the room rest for 24 hours between the occupants. So I thought that was pretty impressive. That's, I'm sure, cost them financially, but I thought that was pretty interesting.
Good strategy, though. Yeah.
So good stuff.
Yeah. Well, it makes everything's changing, and it's making everything change, and so it is what it is, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, I think we have. I don't know who all is here.
Can you see me, David?
Oh, there you go. Okay, I can see you now. So.
Okay.
You're going to have to lead the meeting, all right, since you're the vice chair. We just need one more person. I took a computer over to Miss Passmore, and I don't know if she's been able to get on or not. I mean, I took a computer over there, and my IT guy had even set it up so that he could go in remotely and sign her up, but at the same time, she had to have Wi-Fi, and so they assured me at St. Bernard's Village that they would hook it up with Wi-Fi and they would do everything. And so I hope that it works out. She was excited she had never been on a Zoom meeting before, so she was excited to try it. Like, I can't make it any easier than that. Is literally so. I don't know if she's there or not, but anyway.
I just sent you a text about that.
Oh, okay. Saying that her laptop isn't online, so, all right, I don't know. But I think I had contacted everybody else. I called everybody. So we really just want to vote on whether we can move forward with this, switching from one system to another. And because it was more than $20,000, I just need you guys to say yes. And so you could see by the thing that we're gonna save money. So I can't imagine you're gonna say no to saving money. But in any case, that's all we really need. So.
Do you want to, do we need, how many more do we need to have a quorum?
I literally just need one more person. So let me see if I'm gonna come off of the video here for a moment and mute it. And I'm gonna see if I can call, I'll call Mr. Mike Johnson and see if he can come on. And if he can't, maybe he can just call in. So
Yeah.
if you just give me a second to do that, okay?
Sure.
All right.
How's the rest of the staff been doing?
We're good.
That's good. Enjoying the low attendance?
Yes. It's very weird for us because we're all used to seeing so many people on such a regular basis. We have a lot of regulars who we see just about every single day, and it's so weird not seeing them. And of course, with what's happening, we're very worried about them, and we hope that they're all okay. So it's very strange for all of us. And then of course we're all busy in very different ways now. Yeah, it's been very odd.
Sometimes though, it's nice to be able to catch up on the paperwork and the behind the scenes stuff that you don't normally get to do.
That's true.
I have really enjoyed that.
Yes. We're actually we did a lot of weeding of our collection, and we're doing inventory right now because we've never really done a full inventory of the library. So, and if we had been just at our regular service levels, we would have had to have shut the library down to do it.
Yeah.
There's no way to do it otherwise. So it's kind of like, oh, well,
You got to take it.
Open.
Yeah.
These
Take
are
advantage of the opportunities you have to do the stuff you can't normally do.
Right,
That's a
right.
good thing.
Yeah, but we knew that we had quite a few things on the shelf that have, grown wings and flown off. So now we'll be able to kind of clean those out of our system, hopefully before we get a new one. So keep us from having to mess with records unnecessarily.
That'll help make the transition a little smoother.
Right, right. Yeah.
Have you made any progress on the library at Brooklyn?
Yes, we have made good progress. We've now hired someone for the position. His name is John Heath. He's a former art teacher from Piggott, and we think he'll be great. He's been working with us now for about 2 weeks, and we have shelves up, and we are taking books out of boxes. So we are getting there. We're making some progress. They came in and they put in the plumbing. The bathroom's now in place, which is good.
Oh, yes.
A little bit of a prerequisite to having someone there all day long. So that's there. And then we have we were waiting to put the computers in until we had the tinting on the windows, and that's finally there. If you guys get a chance to drive by, it looks really great. It's the tinting that on the outside makes a pattern, but on the inside you can't see it. So it looks really great. And of course we have a few other kind of smaller things that we need to get, but once we're able to get shelves up and get the books on there, then we can see what else we're needing to get and start the process of ordering, because we had started ordering last fall and we'd put a hold on that. So now we'll be able to start ordering again pretty soon, and we'll be able to get some of the additional furniture, put up the decor and everything. And of course, Mr. John, since he's a former art teacher, I'm sure it'll look great. So, yeah,
Good.
we're making progress.
Do you have a target date for opening up?
We don't right now. Currently, all of our branches are closed. Since they are one-person branches, we're being kind of extra cautious, because if that one staff member were to get COVID, then the branch has to shut down again anyway.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was hearing David. So they're all doing curbside, and they're doing some copying services. So people are still able to use the library a little bit, but it might be that that's what we end up doing for Brooklyn, is that we open them up first by doing curbside service.
Mhm.
We are putting some information out. That we have a Facebook page for them already. And we're putting some information out there for especially for the area kids, to help get them involved in the summer. So
That's good.
Okay, I think everybody is here that's gonna come now. Mr. Johnson came, and I just saw Miss Dr. Zhang come in, so I think we can probably get the meeting started if you would like to call the meeting to order.
Okay. I'd like to call this meeting to order. And do we need to approve any kind of minutes or anything from last meeting, or strictly just address the one item?
Yeah, we didn't really want to make this too long of a meeting. I mean, I appreciate all you guys being willing to meet in a month that we normally don't meet, but it's just strictly just to say yay or nay to us moving forward with this project of getting another integrated library system for the library. So I would just let you know that I sent out that email, and there were two choices. The one vendor is the book systems, and it's going to cost $30,200 the first year, and that includes an implementation and switching our information over from what we have now to the new one. And then the second year moving forward, it's going to be
I can hear the meeting.
$15,000.
That's all I need.
$15,000 every year after that. For I think the first 2 or 3 years or 4 years, they guaranteed that it wouldn't even go up for a while. The other choice was the Biblionics, which has the Apollo. They were more expensive. That was $67,425 for the conversion, and then it would be $30,425. But except for two people on the system, two people in the staff, everybody overwhelmingly really liked the first option anyway. And there wasn't enough of a difference between option one and option two. There wasn't a $15,000 difference, let's say, moving forward with every other year. So what we are asking you is to approve us switching from currently what we have to the book systems system called Atrium. And you see that the third thing that I put down there is normally we pay about $39,000 a year right now for what we have now. So not only will it save us $9,000 this year, but then moving forward, it's going to save us about $24,000 in the next several years. So and it's just going to give us a better product. We started with the one that we have in late 2009, so we've had it for a good 10 going on 11 years, so I can't complain. But now everything, you see how much everything's changed in the past 10 years technologically speaking. It's just going to be easier for us to do everything that we want to do, contact people and all kinds of stuff. So
Just as a comment, I looked at the little chart that you sent in where you had comparing one system to the other, and it looked like the book system is technologically way ahead of even where the others are.
yeah, it's a nice system, very, very fluid. There's a lot of things. It's very what's the word? Like, we can do a lot on our end, and we can change up even how it looks, and we can move boxes around, and we can do all kinds of stuff. So most of all of us like it better. out of the two. And I kept telling everybody going into this, look, either option was going to be better than what we have now, right? Either option is going to be better. But then when you're looking at those two, like I said, there just wasn't a $15,000 difference in the two products. So
Yeah. Are there other comments, or do I hear a motion that we accept David's recommendation?
So move.
Do I hear a second?
Lily Zhang, second.
and who moved it? We just need to make
It's Kurt Hawkins.
okay.
Okay. Do we need to vote individually, or can we vote unanimously?
I think we would only vote individually if there was a nay. So let's just call it and then see if anybody says no to it, right?
Okay. All those in favor of the motion, which is to switch from Millennium to book systems for our automation system for our library, respond by saying yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
Are there any nays? And there are none.
Okay. The only other thing that I wanted to ask if you guys would consider, and this is just kind of a protection for us, okay, is we haven't had any problems so far at the library with closing up and opening back up with the hours that we have and asking people to wear masks and, you know, things like that. It'd be nice if I could get some sort of a general statement from the board saying that we have your support to do all of these types of things to keep our staff safe and to keep our patrons safe, just so that then I can say, you know, well, you know, the board is approved of us doing all these things. And so I don't know that it has to be so exact. I don't know what you guys all feel comfortable with, but that was the only other thing that I think that Tanya and I would feel much better about if we had that permission from the board to do all that.
Do you need a motion?
I think some sort of a motion. I'm not sure exactly what that.
Something like the board supports the library's
Yeah, like the
decision on
city
any
pandemic
procedure
time or something.
appropriate.
Yeah.
to
Hey, Lily.
protect the,
Lily?
yes.
What about a board motion to grant David the authority as director to post appropriate, you know, library policies on wearing of masks and social distancing?
Would that be as long as they align with the state and local recommendations? Something like that?
Lawyer statement.
Well, and then it's also the hours, because by rights, I mean, let's just say historically, I know that whenever we've changed hours, we've gone to the board and asked permission. Whether I have to or I don't really know. But again, you know, I always like to go to the board and just be like, okay. And so technically speaking, we are not as open as many hours as we normally would be. And so if you could just put something into the emotion about that as well. We're trying to be open as many hours as we feel that we're safe to be open. We're trying to keep our staff not always all being here at the same time. You know, we're always afraid that if somebody comes down with it, I don't want to lose all of my children's department while they're all waiting to see whether the person is negative or not and whether they have to go get tested. I mean, you know what I mean? And so I started thinking about all these things. And so a lot of our people are working from home, doing a lot of things, but we're also trying to keep everything as safe as we can and as open as we can be.
Dr. Lilly, can you modify your motion to include that?
Even for the motion, I was saying that I trust whatever our lawyer current statement.
Okay, so essentially then that motion would include providing David as director the discretionary authority to modify library hours to meet the safety of our patrons and staff while the COVID pandemic's ongoing.
Do I hear a second?
Sound about right?
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Hear you.
Okay, great. I'll second it. This is Mike Johnson.
Thank you. All right. All those, any discussion before we vote? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And there are none. Motion passed.
Okay. They were really just the only two things that I had on the docket. So unless anybody else has any other issues or anything that I don't know about, I do appreciate everything that you guys do. We're, like I said, and I try to explain it in the email, we're just trying to do what we can to keep everybody safe. We've ordered all on staff 3 face masks. We ordered everybody a face shield if they want to wear that. We have been trying to make sure we clean on a more regular basis. We're still working on trying to open more things up, like the computer area, but it just takes time. We're trying to get plexiglass and see how we can build things, and so we can get more people in. Like I said, we're just trying to do as many things as we can and still stay safe.
Hey, David,
Yeah.
are we requiring face masks for people who come into the library?
Yes, and we're also asking them to get a dollop of hand sanitizer and to wipe
Okay.
their hands. And then we are also still quarantining the books for about 3 to 4 days. So when somebody returns an item, it's literally just sitting for 3 or 4 days, and we're not doing anything with it. And then we figure that the things that we've read, it's showing that the virus dies about 3 to 4 days in, and then it's safe after that to put it back on the shelf and then let somebody else check it out. So,
Have you had anybody object, maybe even violently, to having to wear a face mask to come in?
no, I mean, there's been a couple of people that have kind of grumbled. There's been a couple of people that will put a face mask on and then they'll pull it down below their nose. And we've had 1 or maybe 2 people say that they just have a hard time breathing. So we've sort of asked them if they could just keep it on when they're maybe close to other people or staff members. And so we try to work with the public as we can. We've been encouraging them to use the self-checkout machines. And in fact, we've been giving them a pen that has one of those little ends on it that acts as your finger. We've had someone stand there, and so they don't even have to touch the screen. They can use this, and then we've encouraged them to take the pen with them. They're using it. So, we try to do all that we can. So yeah.
That's
We're
good.
still doing curbside pickup as well.
Yeah, we still have the library pickup. So if they're uncomfortable coming in, they still have that service, the curbside pickup. So,
Any idea about conversion to the new system? Will that require a shutdown for a day or 2? Or are they going to be able to do that at night or over a weekend when we normally are closed?
as I understand it, I think that what they'll do is they take a copy of what we have in our system now, and they put it into their system, and they work on it behind the scenes and make sure everything works okay and everything. And then right before they're ready to convert, they'll take another copy just to update all of the things that might go on in that month or 4 weeks, when you're checking in and out stuff, it'll update it. And then at that moment, it'll go live. So I don't think so. What we're doing now is we're doing an inventory. So while the people aren't here, while we've had some downtime, we've been going through our collection because we don't want to take a bunch of misinformation if things are missing or things aren't right on the shelf or things need to be fixed. We want to fix that on this end before we dump it into the new system. And so this is what we've been in the process the last week or so doing all this. And so we'll continue to do that.
How about compatibility with the barcoding system and some of the security mechanisms that we just implemented about a year ago?
Yeah.
They're all going to be compatible there, or we have to have a lot of changes?
No changes. They work with all of our vendors. They work with all of that system. They work with our book vendor that we get our books from. They work with our online vendor that we get our books from. They've been in business for 25 to 30 years. And Tanya really can speak more about it than I can. She came from a system in Newport that used this same system. So in fact, I understand pretty much all the libraries around us use this system. We were the last real holdout, I guess. And so, but we're the biggest library too here. So it's maybe a little bit more difficult for us, but no, I don't think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
That's
I
correct.
did want to mention just really quickly though, I'm hopeful that we won't have to shut down, but they do typically recommend that we close the library in order to train all of the staff on the new system. But since we're already doing staggered shifts, I'm hopeful that we can continue with services at the level that we have them.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't we have a normally in the fall, don't we have a normal staff development day or something that's built into our
We do
schedule?
have a staff development day with a staff of our size. They had recommended 4 days for the training. But
I think we're going to try to do like a train the trainer. So maybe on the first day we can, train 3 or 4 of us, 5 of us, however many people, and then they would go back and try to train the other people as we go in the different areas and things like that. So maybe when that department's not open to the public, then we can train them. You know what I mean? On the morning or the afternoon when they're not open. And I think it'll be okay. Yeah, we're very optimistic, as you can tell. So
That's good.
yeah.
I guess since that concludes our business, do I hear a motion that we adjourn?
Kurt Hawkins, so moved.
Do I hear a second?
Lily
second it.
second.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Now, I will say one more thing before you guys all leave, that the bookmobile is like, the garage is this close to being finished. They've done all the
I wanted to
electrical
ask.
today.
Wow.
They just have to hook up the door itself. And then I believe sometime this week, we'll be able to park the bookmobile in there. You can come by and look at it at night. There'll be lights on it. It should look good. So anyway, yeah.
How about, one other question about, how about meetings in the fall? Do we need to plan on doing them this way, or are we going to be able to do them in person with just social distancing? Any ideas?
I really think you guys can all come in. We have a Thursday morning staff a manager's meeting in the round room, and we're literally all sitting around the edge of the round room, and we have social distance ourselves around the room. So we can do whatever you guys all want to do. We can certainly do that in there if that's what you want to do. I feel Bailey, for example, I still couldn't get Miss Passmore hooked up, and I know that she would want to belong to this. It may be that I can just get her to come into the library, but she's one of the ones that I really worry about the most, getting out and about. And so it's up to you. We can do it this way, or we can meet in the round room. That would be the only place that I think we could spread out enough that would be safe enough. So.
Well, our first meeting's in September, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or is it
it's really in August.
August?
Normally would be a Crowley Ridge meeting. And then, so it would be the 7 of you guys plus the 5 from Poinsett County. And then I don't think we could fit all in the round room and keep safe, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
David, even if we have a meeting, it's open to the public. What would happen if, say, 25 or 30 people came from, wanted to sit in on the meeting? Then we'd have a problem.
yeah, and so what we've done, even for this meeting, we've put it live onto our Facebook page, and we advertise it as such so that people can see the meeting. And if they want to, they can write in questions and things like that. Normally, fortunately, I guess it's not a problem, or unfortunately, maybe people need to take more interest in their public library, but nobody usually comes to our meetings unless I've created some sort of a storm, which I have not recently. So I think we're good. So, but yeah, it's true that, the only thing we could maybe do is if public wanted to come, we could put them in another place at the library and then have it shown on the TV or something, like in the Civic League room if there was only a couple people, or down in one of our other glass rooms, you know what I mean? Sort of spread them out. That would be the only way that I could do that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, thank you. And from me, all I can say is keep up the good work and best of luck in the conversion of new systems, because I know sometimes when you switch from one to another, there's some challenges.
there's some challenges. I know it. We did it once. I get you. But thank you all for attending and voting. And I'm sure the staff is going to be excited about this. So, okay.
Thank you.
Please
So
stay
when is
safe.
this going to happen? When
What?
is the transition? When is the new system coming in?
By their date, they said that they should be able to get it all up and running by the end of August, I believe. So we're hoping that by the 1st of September, let's say, it should be up and running. Unless we run into any now that Rick has jinxed us and we're going to run into a bunch of problems now. No.
I'm just trying to be a realist. I've lived through those kinds of things, and I know you can't anticipate everything.
Yeah, it's true, but yeah, it should be good. It should be good. So, okay.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Thank you
Have the
all.
best of luck. Thank you all.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
David, thank you so much for all that you're doing for the library, and Tanya, the staff, be sure and extend our appreciation for the great job. You guys actually are on the frontline defenders also for just sticking with the task and making this available to the community. We appreciate that.
We will
Definitely
pass
second that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
And
thanks.
thanks for getting an old dog on the line. Thanks.
No problem.
You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, they teach me stuff every day.
Thank you, David.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.